Have you ever looked at someone online and immediately started comparing your life to theirs? You don't really know them. You've never had a proper conversation. You have no idea what their kitchen looks like on a Tuesday morning. But somehow, after seeing one photo, one video, or one little update, your brain goes, well, they seem to have it all together. And then suddenly, your own life feels like a badly organized draw. So today's random thought is this. Why do we compare ourselves to people we barely know? And honestly, it's a bit unfair, isn't it? Because most of the time, we're comparing our full behind-the-scenes life with someone else's edited highlights. We see the good photo, the new job, the holiday, the neat desk, the happy relationship, the exciting announcement, the person who seems confident, successful, calm, well-rested, organized, emotionally balanced, hydrated, and somehow in possession of matching storage baskets. And we think, what am I doing wrong? But we're not seeing the full story. We're not seeing the doubts, the bad days, the arguments, the messy inbox, the worries, the boring admin, the times they also sit there thinking, what am I doing with my life? Because everyone has a private version of themselves, even the people who look like they've got everything together, especially them probably, who power some is very human. Our brains naturally look around to understand where we fit. For most of human history, being aware of the group mattered. So who was doing well, who was struggling, who had resources, who was accepted, who knew where the good berries were. Different times, same nosy brain. The trouble is that modern comparison is much bigger than it used to be. We're not just comparing ourselves to people in our village, street, workplace, or family. We're comparing ourselves to thousands of people online. People at different stages of life, different backgrounds, different resources, different responsibilities, different levels of support, different lighting. And that last one matters, trust me. Good lighting is basically witchcraft. Social media can make comparison feel constant. You can be having a perfectly normal day, feeling fine, then open your phone and see someone launching a business, moving country, buying a home, getting fit, writing a book, baking sourdough, or smiling on a beach with suspiciously perfect hair. And suddenly, your perfectly normal day feels like a failure. But it wasn't a failure 5 seconds ago. It was just your day. That's the strange thing. Comparison can change how we feel about our own lives without anything actually changing. The task you were doing is the same. The room you're sitting in is the same. Your life has not suddenly become worse. You've just seen someone else's highlights and used it as a measuring stick. And usually it's the wrong measuring stick. Because we don't all want the same life. We don't all have the same priorities. And we don't all move at the same pace. Someone else's success does not automatically mean you are behind. It just means they are doing something over there. And you are doing something over here. A very technical explanation, I know. Of course, comparison is not always bad. Sometimes it can inspire us. It can show us what's possible. It can help us learn. But there's a difference between inspiration and self-punishment. Inspiration feels like, that's interesting, maybe I could try something like that. Self-punishment feels like, brilliant, another person doing better than me. I shall now stare sadly at my cup of tea. So maybe the trick is to notice the comparison without believing everything it tells us. Ask, do I actually want what they have? Do I know the full story? Am I comparing fairly? And would I speak to a friend like this? Because usually we are much harsher with ourselves than we would be with somebody else. So next time you compare yourself to someone you barely know, maybe pause for a second. You're not seeing their whole life. You're seeing a moment, a frame if you like, a tiny edited window. And you are living a whole complicated human life with all the normal mess, effort, uncertainty, and trying your best bits included, which might not fit neatly into a photo, but it still counts. And that's today's random thought.